Hey, Star Wars fans, it's David. Just wanted to drop a quick message before the actual show starts. Thank you guys so much for all of the support that you've given us over the past 2.5 years. In fact, many of you have been Patreon supporters. We have actually turned off our Patreon, and we're no longer accepting any new supporters on that because we want this show to be about more than just taking. We want to be about giving. And so we are partnering with an organization that means a great deal to us. It's called One Child. They serve children living in extreme poverty all around the world. These children are living on less than $2 a day, and we have been partnering with them for some time and actually giving our own money to help support these children, and we want you guys to check it out. So go to a specific page on our website, tatooinesons.com/hope. Watch our video, learn a little bit more about it, check it out, and see if you want to be a part of it. Thanks so much. May the Force be with you. Can you believe it? 3 days, like 2 days from now?
I got a bad feeling about this.
Yeah.
Galaxy's
Got two.
Batuu at Galaxy's Edge.
The ability to speak does not make you intelligent.
We are going to be walking the streets of Batuu. Can you even imagine what that's going to feel like? Have you thought it through? Have you taken time? I'm obsessed with this Star Wars Galaxy's Edge fan group on Facebook right now.
This is madness.
And they're all talking about these amazing things and how to have these great experiences. And I'm just like, I cannot wait. Sorry.
That's a new voice. I've not heard that one before.
What are we calling that one?
That's called Dad's Excited to Go to Star Wars Land. All right. You remember that's when we used to, what it was called?
Star Wars Land.
We all called it Star Wars Land when they first announced it.
And we were having to force ourselves to say Galaxy's Edge.
It's a trap!
Because we kept calling it Star Wars Land. And that's what we're going to be like with Baby Yoda. When we do find it, because remember they're talking about he's going to have a name.
Name, yeah.
And we're going to be
it's Baby Yoda.
forcing ourselves to say that name instead of Baby Yoda, but he'll always be Baby Yoda to me. All right. Which part of Galaxy's Edge? I mean, obviously, well, we'll talk about the rides in a second, but what are you most looking forward to in Galaxy's Edge outside of the two big ride experiences?
Well, there's a problem. I've tried to steer away from everything Galaxy's Edge as much as possible, so I don't know about it very much. And that's the main thing I'm having a hard time thinking of what else I'm excited for.
So what do you know about Galaxy's Edge?
Not much.
Please.
I know that I really have stayed away from all that I can.
Really?
I've kind of just blocked it out. That's why I was a little hesitant joining the Galaxy's Edge group, and I'm trying not to see as much as possible.
What about you, Samuel?
Yeah, I've avoided watching Smuggler's Run or Rise to Resistance ride-throughs or Savvy's Workshop stuff, so I don't know a whole lot, but I'm looking forward to just kind of walking around the park and looking at all the little things that we'll notice, oh, there's that, or there's that, the little stuff that only real big fans can get into, That way, we don't have to be on a ride to see the cool stuff. We can just, be sitting there drinking some blue or green milk or whatever, and just looking around and see something we like.
Yeah, my understanding is that it's going to feel a lot. You guys have both been to Israel. You both walked through the shuk in Jerusalem, the market.
Yeah.
In the old town of Jerusalem. It's going to feel a lot like that.
Okay.
Star Wars?
But Star Wars-y.
I like
I've
it.
even seen some pictures and things, so that's going to be pretty cool. And then, of course, we've got the two big rides.
Yeah.
Rise of Resistance or Smuggler's Run.
Very
now, you guys have
big.
both just got done saying you don't really know what those are, anything about the rides other than one's you're flying the Millennium Falcon and you're part of a crew working different pieces of the
ship
of flight for the ship. And then the Rise of the Resistance is some pretty elaborate.
Yeah, I mean, we watched the Imagineering story on Disney Plus. We've watched it twice now, actually. And towards the end, they start talking about Galaxy's Edge, and they go into, the Rise of Resistance stuff. And it was still pretty new at the time, but I was upset just seeing that much about it. But it looks like that's the one I'm most excited for is Rise of Resistance because it looks so technologically advanced. You've got a free track ride system. So it's kind of at first, it's kind of like something like Pirates, except there's no track. It's just like a little vehicle with wheels that follows a certain path. And then after that, you get on it kind of turns into the Indiana Jones ride where it kind of moves around and stuff. And then you get into an elevator that drops you a little bit,
Tower Tower of
Tower
Terror.
of Terror, and then that starts moving around like you're in
That's
Rise of
intense.
Resistance or something. I mean, it's crazy.
So which one are you
advanced.
most excited about? Smuggler's Run or Rise of
Oh yeah,
Resistance?
definitely Rise of Resistance.
Really? Okay, BB Nate, what about you?
I don't know. That's a very difficult question. It's hard because both of them are very different in the style.
Yeah.
One is a ride you're sitting down and you're experiencing it. The other one you are a pilot. So you can't compare them in that sort of a situation. For multiple times going through, I think I would enjoy Smuggler's Run more because you can always do something different
That's true.
throughout that thing. So I'd probably say Smuggler's Run just because it was the first ride they had and people loved it, and so I think it's going to be very interesting.
And with the
to
different
go on.
roles, you can go on and do something different.
Yeah.
6 times. Yeah.
I think
What about you?
I think they announced
What about me? Oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, it's like, is there any doubt? What am I? I'm wearing a freaking Solo shirt right now.
I
like
think
this
I know
guy.
you're gonna say
Yeah,
that
I mean,
one.
it's and I'm excited about the Rise of Resistance, but that's sort of. Oh, excuse me, sorry about the bump in the camera there.
It's very classic Disney.
Well,
Right.
it's my period. The Millennium Falcon has
true.
existed throughout my entire Star Wars fandom. Rise of Resistance is all sequel trilogy stuff, which is cool. I love the sequel trilogy, and don't get me wrong, you guys know that. And that's what we've experienced together, and I'm excited to experience that, and I think Mom's going to freak out. From what I know a little bit more than you guys, not much, but a little bit more. From what I know is like it's just super immersive and super experiential, and Mom gets into that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. So I think she's going to enjoy it.
How many
lot.
times do you think she's going to shriek?
Oh,
Plenty of times.
screaming in that one. She's gonna scream on both of them.
Oh,
like
yeah.
crazy.
But when a laser whizzes right by us,
Yeah.
she's gonna freak out.
Yeah.
Giant ATs
There's
that are
your
in there, yeah.
yeah, it's gonna be a lot.